If you're a dog owner, you definitely know this feeling. You're finally settling down for the night, and then there it is. That familiar little thud, the shuffling, and then the warm weight of your best friend finding their spot right next to you. But have you ever wondered why they do that? Well, let's get into it. Yeah, that moment. Maybe they're right up on the bed, maybe just at your feet, or, just crammed into whatever space they can find as close to you as possible. It's such a sweet thing, right? But what's really going on inside that furry little head of theirs? Now, it's easy to just write it off as, oh, it's just a habit, or they're just looking for a comfy spot. But honestly, it's way, way more than that. There's something much deeper at play. Believe it or not, it's actually a message. A pretty powerful one, in fact. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to decode exactly what your dog is trying to tell you. All right, so let's get right to the heart of it. This isn't just some random quirk. No, this behavior is seriously rooted in some deep stuff. We're talking instinct, emotion, and that one-of-a-kind bond you have with your dog. And really, when you boil it all down, it comes down to three key things. Once you get these three ideas, everything else about this behavior just clicks. And here they are: safety, trust, and connection. These three things are the foundation. They explain why your dog wants to be near you at their most vulnerable time, when they're sleeping. So let's break each one down. Okay, first up, and this one is huge, you are their safe place. Seriously. In a big, sometimes scary world, you are their anchor, their fortress, their home base. Nothing makes them feel more secure. And this is where it gets super interesting, because this behavior is totally hardwired. I mean, think about it. Back in the wild, wolves and other canines would sleep all piled together. Why? For protection, safety in numbers. Well, for your dog, you're the pack. So when they cuddle up next to you, they're basically following this ancient primal instinct that's screaming, "This is the safest spot on Earth." So that leads us right into the second point, which moves from physical safety to something more emotional. It's not just about feeling safe from harm, it's a massive sign of absolute trust. And here's why that is. First off, your scent. To your dog, it's like the most calming thing in the world. Seriously, it's like a natural chill pill for them. Then you add in this simple warmth and comfort of just being physically close, and boom, it's the perfect recipe for a content, relaxed dog. It's just undeniable proof of a really, really strong emotional bond. Okay, but here's a little twist. While this is almost always a really good thing, sometimes, just sometimes, this need for closeness can actually be a sign of an underlying problem. So it's super important to know the difference between a healthy bond and, something a little more worrying. And this right here is the key difference. A dog with a healthy attachment chooses to be near you. They love it, but they're also totally cool and confident on their own. On the flip side, a dog with separation anxiety needs to be near you. It's not a choice, it's a compulsion, and they get super stressed out when they're separated. See the difference? It's all about choice versus need. So what are the red flags to look out for? Well, if your dog literally cannot sleep unless they're touching you, or if they get really distressed when you even leave the room, if they follow you around all day like a shadow and can never just relax on their own, that might be more than just love. It could be tipping into an overdependence that you'll want to address gently. Which brings us to the big question. What can you do about it? Well, as their person, their pack leader, if you will, you have a huge part to play in helping them build healthy, independent habits. So, let's look at how you can create a really positive routine for both of you. All right, the million-dollar question. Should you let your dog sleep on the bed? Honestly, the answer is, it's totally up to you. There's no one-size-fits-all rule here. If you're both happy, sleeping well, and your dog is well-adjusted, then go for it. But if it's causing problems for you or them, it's also a-okay to set some boundaries. So if you do decide no dogs on the bed, here are 4 simple things to do. Number 1, be consistent. Don't confuse them by changing the rules. 2, give them an awesome alternative, like a super comfy bed of their own. Make it the best spot in the house. 3, gently work on building up their confidence when they're alone. And 4, keep a predictable routine. Dogs love knowing what to expect. It makes them feel safe. And just as important is knowing what to avoid. The biggest mistake? Being inconsistent. It just creates confusion. Also, please don't just suddenly force them to sleep alone out of the blue. That can create a lot of anxiety. And finally, don't ignore those little warning signs of anxiety we talked about earlier. Catching it early makes a world of difference.
So, as we start to wrap this up, let's bring it all back home. Back to that simple moment, your dog, curled up beside you. What's the ultimate meaning behind it all?
You know, there's a line that really says it all. Your dog doesn't sleep next to you by accident. They choose you. Just think about that. It's not a reflex, it's not just a habit, it is a deliberate choice. Of all the spots in the house, they chose to be right there with you. And that choice, man, that's pretty much one of the clearest, most honest signs of love and trust your dog can possibly give you. In their language, making themselves vulnerable by sleeping next to you, that's the highest compliment they can pay. So tonight, when your dog comes over and settles in for the night, just take a second to think about what they're really saying. It's a quiet little message that says, I'm safe here, I trust you, we're connected. So what's your dog telling you tonight?